In 2019, our partnerships were strong. But were they strong enough for the challenges of 2020? The COVID-19 pandemic derailed lives and economies, forcing governments to impose measures to flatten the curve. These measures confined millions to their homes, many requiring food and social relief. As COVID-19 spread and overwhelmed healthcare systems, calls for collaboration and solidarity to combat the pandemic echoed across the world. ADB heeded this call. Our response to the COVID-19 crisis was agile, bold, and innovative. In February 2020, we worked with UNICEF and the private sector to ensure a continuous stock of medical supplies and protective equipment for frontline healthcare workers across the region. March was equally busy.
We have just launched a new $6.5 billion assistance package.
As we rolled out a $6.5 billion package to help our developing members battle the pandemic. When we understood the scale of the pandemic better, we increased this to $20 billion. As we moved to respond to the crisis, so did our partners. Contributions began pouring into our first technical assistance specifically designed for COVID-19 response. Co-financing for 2020 reached a record high $16.4 billion. 66% went to projects that enabled member countries to cope with the devastating impact of the pandemic. Our financing partnerships focused on the poor and most vulnerable. We helped Indonesia expand its social assistance programs, boost its resources for COVID-19 prevention and control, and safeguard productive sectors and workers from the economic downturn. We supported Mongolia to channel funding to its Child Money and food stamp programs. The Child Money program reaches more than 1 million children. The food stamp program benefits over 240,000 Mongolians, including close to 120,000 children. We delivered critical food supplies to around 162,000 poor households under lockdown in Manila, Philippines, with ADB staff contributing their own money via the ADB Staff Community Fund. We have also begun exploring how smart digital technologies can reduce virus transmission in centralized air conditioning systems in public buildings. COVID-19 chipped away at our region's progress. So beyond addressing pandemic concerns, we also work to ensure that progress in other development frontlines endure and flourish. This means co-financing multiple urban water projects that support sponge city development in the People's Republic of China, increasing women's participation in the restoration of Indonesia's forests, in the process building their skills and increasing their income, making secondary education a better experience for poor students in Nepal, especially girls, and improving cross-border procedures in Maldives via IT-based trade facilitation tools. Our financing partnerships supported 201 projects in 44 developing member countries. Focusing on public sector management, transport, energy, and more. Our response to the COVID-19 pandemic, agile, bold, and innovative, was made possible with the strength of our financing partnerships. By the end of 2020, a total of 52 financing partners for sovereign projects and numerous private sector partners for non-sovereign projects have helped us make a difference. Just as partnerships supported countries and communities combat the initial impact of the pandemic, they will be even more vital as countries plot a pathway to recovery. Together with our partners, we will work to ensure a green, inclusive, and resilient world beyond the COVID-19 pandemic.